Hi, and welcome to Rob's Little Long Range. Thanks for joining me here today. Obviously, I'm not at the range. Today, I've got this CZ 457 Long Range Precision that I'm going to completely strip from its appearance here, and I'm going to put it into this, the MDT ACC Premier chassis. I ordered this on Black Friday. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a fun little project, and I'll be absolutely thrilled if you stick around and check it out. Hopefully this video is somewhat informative, and I don't know, you can at least follow along and see what it takes to take a normal, more or less, off-the-shelf rifle and turn it into something that looks really fancy. Doesn't mean you're going to shoot it any better. Shooting better comes with practice. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. You start right off by just taking off the scope mount. We'll just set that off to the side here. I'll probably find some use for that somewhere down the road. All right. This is CZ's 25 MOA rail. I'm gonna take that off too because I'm replacing it with Area 419's 30 MOA rail, which is kind of cool. It's nice. It's got a little bubble level in the back of it. That wasn't the only thing that I got from 419 rail. Area 419. They're awesome. They're fun to deal with. I mean, they're good to deal with, not fun to deal with. I never had any issues with them whatsoever. They're awesome. I've been following them along for, I don't know, pretty much as long as I've been on Facebook. This is a long time now. Anyway. I'll go ahead and take this bolt right out here. Set that off to the side. Take that off. That can go over there. And we might as well drop the action right out of this chassis here. The original Long Range Precision chassis. It's just these two screws right here. These are two action screws. Okay. And we're all set with this. We'll set that off to the side. That's one of those things where I'm not sure if I should just tuck it away in the closet or if I should offer it up out there, because, you know, if they don't ever import any more of the Long Range Precision models, at some point this in its original chassis would probably actually have some value just for its scarcity. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe someday. Who knows? All right, you know what I totally forgot? Totally forgot to grab some paper towels. All right, anyway, there we go. That's stripped down to that level. Actually, I could go ahead and take the trigger off right now too, because I'm replacing the trigger with a Timney trigger. So I'll have a whole list of all the parts and pieces that I'm putting in this project at the end of the video or in the comments or something. I don't know. Go easy on me. This is like the first video that I'm actually going to try to edit and make into something presentable and more than just like a minute and a half of me shooting a gun and laughing. So hopefully I have something presentable by the time it's all said and done. So anyway, moving on. I digress. Don't lose this. This is your lug. You don't want to lose that. I think that's important. You know what? For now, we're just gonna slide this off to the side. We're gonna slide this all forward, right over here like that. And let me show you some of the parts that are gonna go on the new gun as well. Vltor Modpod legs. I like these. I owned a set of them. I had to hunt around to find another set of them. Apparently these have been discontinued, but I was able to order these through a company up in Canada. Pretty excited about that. New bullet handle. Something a little bit heavier. Row tactical. I don't know. Ordered it normally. More from Area 419. Area 419's match scope rings. Some very short 2-peg Picatinny rails with the M-lock to connect the legs to the chassis. With the whole chassis here. I had this in my kit. Actually, I had it on another gun, but I took it back off and I decided I was going to put it on this because I have a Bushnell XRS 3 on my other CZ457 and I really like it, and I used this one for quite some time before I got that one, and I liked this one too. If I really like how this gun looks and how it shoots, I might take the Bushnell off the other CZ and put it onto this one. We'll see. We'll see. One step at a time. Alright. Is that it for parts and pieces? That might be it for parts and pieces. Really excited to open this up. So, these aren't cheap. This costs more than the gun. But, it's super cool. I mean, what more do you need? Super cool. Does a chassis make you shoot better? Not inherently on its own, but you have two things going for you when you settle your gun into a chassis. A, you can take the time to make that gun fit you. Each and every one of us is different. I know, and we could go into depth. People have gone into long depth about fitting guns. It's been going on for as long as there's been guns. A gun that fits you better, a gun that you settle in behind and just feels right, you're gonna shoot it better. That's just a given. So, does the chassis make you shoot better? Not on its own, but a chassis that fits you is gonna make you shoot better, or it's gonna help you provide a better platform to help you shoot better. All these little things. If there was one thing that I think really makes you shoot better, is your trigger. I mean, that's the connection between you and your gun. If you have a good trigger, that's just going to improve your shooting. But all these little things combined together will help you become a better shooter. You know, especially if you put them all together and then go out there and practice. Now, I'm lucky. I've got my own range, and I go use it as frequently as I can. So I'm definitely blessed in that sense. And anyway, what am I wasting time here? On with the show. Let's put this thing together. I love MDT's packaging. It's just sweet. It's beautiful. All right. Butt stop. Vertical grip. ACC. Adjustable core competition, in case anybody was wondering what ACC stood for. I'm going to set that out to the side. MDT sticker. All right, that's so pretty. I like it. Here, that's all that's in that box. Remove bolt and place action into the MDT ACC Premier chassis, ensuring that the trigger and recoil lug are lined up to corresponding positions in the chassis. Apply rear pressure on the chassis with the barreled action. While maintaining pressure, tighten the barreled action in place with the action screws. Then, starting with the front screw, torque both screws to 65 inch-pounds. Action screws should have washers and 3 turns of thread engagement. If they don't have 3 full turns of thread engagement, you can remove the washers for a tighter fit. All right. Package with 4 very small set screws. 4 corresponding holes for said set screws. What's the matter there, tough guy? Sweet. You can always use some encouragement. This MDT product can be a little more challenging to install, so take your time, go easy, and relax with this soothing mint. With the grip post, then tighten the side and bottom screws. Then install grip cover to block dirt and debris. Hot. Got it. Got it. All right. Well, looks like we've got all our parts and pieces here. With my sticker. Set all this up to the side here. And we'll start assembling this thing. I'm very excited. Gonna need a bigger Allen wrench than what I have here. So, yes, I'm gonna have to go get a bigger Allen wrench than what I've got here in order to join those two together. Be right back. Oh, look at that. Love it when you grab the right Allen wrench on the first try. All right. Let's get this thing assembled. Got the right Allen wrench now. This is the times when the movie magic is going to make this happen a lot faster than this is happening in real life. Patience. It's going to be worth it in the end. There. That looks pretty nice. That took a minute. Maybe 2. Just going to try to put a little more torque on that. How much torque does it need? I'm not sure. I bet I could look that up somewhere. In the meantime, I'm gonna give the old one ugga dugga. I feels pretty good. All right, next step. Get the action grip on there. The grip installation. Suppose we ought to run these set screws in over right here. So I'm not gonna get crazy tight with those because I haven't even begun to play with the fit yet. All right, next step, grip installation. Install grip mount and post onto chassis. Slide the rubber grip over the grip post, then tighten with side and bottom screws. Then install the grip cover to block dirt and break. All right, there's a grip cover. There's a rubber grip. There's our. Okay. There's the bottom cover for that. So we have this. This is going to go over this like this. Like that. Set these two screws in front of me. I'm assuming I'm doing this right. I mean, if I was a smart little monkey, I probably would have watched any of the like 700,000 videos that are out there on how to do this. But you know, I'm just one of those people. I just like to leap off, blind faith and everything, you know. But I don't know. I've done a couple things. Hey, look at that. T25. Okay, I see. So there's a groove in the bottom of this slot right here in the bottom of the grip, and that is what allows you to loosen this screw and rotate on these two screws in order to change the angle of the grip itself. All right, that works. That's clever. I kind of like the vertical grip, but I know other people don't like the vertical grip at all, so. Before we get too far on that. Grip cover. So those are all torqued down well. There we have ACC Premier chassis for the CZ457 MDT, and they make a nice product. See, got my MDT shirt on. Not getting paid by them, but they do make a nice product. So, all right. Next step, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do next? Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the action. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this trigger right out and replace it with the Timney trigger. So this Timney is actually used. I actually replaced. I'm just gonna set this up inside. I actually replaced my Timney with a Jard in my other gun. And I thought about buying another Jard for this, and I said, listen, you already have the Timney trigger. Might as well put it in there and just see where it's at. And then if you really want to spend the money and buy another Jard trigger, I probably will, but I really like my Jard trigger. Then at least that option's there. So I had this Timney running about 6.5, 7 ounces. We'll check it once I have everything all in the setup here. All right, next step. Let's put the two of them together so we can see what it's gonna look like. Very excited. I suppose real quick, do you want to check that? Let's hold on a second. I'll be a good boy. All right. Anyway, We were somewhere right around here. Had to go grab the magazine. Some snap caps. These aren't really snap caps, but they're dummy rounds. Dummy round. Let's, real quick like, slide that in there like that. And let's just see what that trigger's like. I haven't adjusted anything, so. Ooh. All right, that was pretty good. Very acceptable. Anyway, moving on. Let's get this thing put together. We're gonna set this over here. And take these apart. Anyway, we were somewhere right around here. Had to go grab the magazine. Some snap caps. These aren't really snap caps, but they're dummy rounds. Dummy round. Let's, real quick like, slide that in there like that. And let's just see what that trigger's like. I haven't adjusted anything, so. Ooh. All right, that was pretty good. Very acceptable. Anyway, moving on. Let's get this thing put together. Okay. This is torqued down nicely. Now we're starting to see where we're going. I'm really excited. All right. To make things easier, make it easier to work on, I think the next thing we'll do, we'll put the legs on it. All right. Well, shucks, that's starting to look pretty darn good. All right, I gotta do a little cleanup here. I'm starting to get overwhelmed by the stuff that's scattered about. Oh, boy. It's the little things. It's the little things. That just looks slick. It just adds a whole nother dimension having a nice bolt knob that you can really reach out there and grab. This is looking so good. A couple more steps and we'll actually be there. Area 419. There we go. Oh, that looks good. And that looks really good. Just trying to line up everything. I don't know. It's nice when everything is crisp and tight and right. Not hanging out in a weird sort of way that you look at and go, huh, why'd they do it like that? Anyway, craftsmanship means a lot to me. Ha! Area 419. Sticker. Alright, that's good. I'm glad I saw that. That just made me smile. Alright, let's see about tightening these things down. Very excited for these. Haven't even opened the package to look at them yet. Alright. I had to double check. No sticker. Sticker? No sticker. That's alright. Probably says area 419. Alright, these are sexy. These are area 419 milled billet. Their match setup. These are very nice. Very impressed. Right off the bat, out of the box. Woo! Woo! I like it. Alright. So far, so good. Boy, that does look good. Those are hot. I love them. I love them. Thank you, Area 419. These rock. last but not least, sweet. Suspect it's one I want to go about there. That seems about right. That feels about right. That looks about right. We'll deal with all the finer adjustments, cheek riser, length pull. I might play around with the trigger a little bit, but I think I remember being pretty happy with where it was at. Definitely might adjust the scope positioning just a little bit to make it work exactly the way I want it to. What'd you just do with the tool? Oh, right here. But for the time being, I'm gonna put these screws to it, lock everything down, step back, and admire it. Because I am really excited about how this build's coming together. I bought this gun a couple months ago, and it's just been, I've been putting together the pieces and collecting all the parts that I wanted for it. I was very specific about where I wanted to go with the look of the gun, as far as the FDE legs and bolt handle. Like I said, I had this scope. I love Area 419's products. I've used them before, so that was why I really wanted to go with the Area 419 rail and Area 419 mounts. The MDT, I've got an MDT XRS that my other CZ457 is in, and I absolutely loved it. Definitely decided to go with MDT on this one because of my experience with the first MDT chassis that I bought. One of the regulars out at my range showed up, and he had put his Bagheera into a ACC Elite chassis, and I got to check it out, and I said, oh, I had almost pulled the trigger. I had almost pushed the buy button on another XRS stock and FDE that I was going to put this into, but then I saw the ACC chassis, and I said, man, I've got to get one of those. So that was what I did, and you know, and this is where I ended up. I am really super pumped with how this looks. That is one hot looking rifle. So let me move all this stuff out of the way and take a look at that. Look at all this stuff. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. That's gorgeous. Good, feel the trigger. Oh my goodness. I am so pleased with this. This is exactly what I was hoping it would look like. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I still may end up going and buying some forward weights from MDT. I don't know. You know, I've still got to adjust things and really make it fit me, and it may move things around a little bit, slide things around a little bit, but I am so thrilled with it. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been the longest video I've ever shot, and hopefully you made it all the way here to the end to get to check out this finished product. So anyway, thank you. Rob signing off from Rob's Little Long Range, Rob's Dining Room actually, but Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and get out there and practice, shoot. 22 long range is where it's at. Go play long gong. Find somebody in your neighborhood that's got 300 yards where you can shoot and try it out. I promise you'll never go back. You'll go shopping and you'll end up with something like this. So yeah.